This is Addi Banks. Historians understand the long history of return to Africa movements. Abolitionists realized the dilemma of free and enslaved Blacks and surmised that they would never be fully accepted in America. Others just wanted them out of America, giving them the option to return to their home continent or to Black islands seemed the humane thing to do. However, by then, most had been born in America with ancestors here a century, and they claimed America as their homeland. We now know that rejection as well as overcoming was on their menu. I will begin a series reviewing news articles and YouTube videos about Africa and Black Americans, making Africa home. Please forgive mispronounced names. This is in the news, the year of return and beyond the return. And this is my report. Come home to the motherland, the year of return. Unhappy Black Americans, come to Ghana. In September 2018, President Nana Akufo-Addo launched the Year of Return in Washington, D.C., calling to the diaspora to unite and visit Ghana in consideration of residency. The Ghana Tourism and Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture wholeheartedly appealed to Black Americans, ADOS, that despite Ghana's participation in the slave trade, in 400 years, Africa is your home. The chief executive of the Ghana Tourism Authority said, quote, "We want to remind our kin over there that there is a place you can escape to. That place is Africa." End quote. In the article, Ms. Reese, a Black American, said, quote, "Some of us are tired. Some of us just want to be in an environment where we don't have to look over our shoulders, where we don't have to worry about our sons getting pulled over," end quote. She was making plans to relocate in Ghana. Barbara Oteng Gayasi, Ghana's tourism minister, said, quote, "We continue to open our arms and invite all our brothers and sisters home. Ghana is your home. Africa is your home. Please take advantage. Come home. Build a life in Ghana. You do not have to stay where you are not wanted forever. You have a choice, and Africa is waiting for you," end quote. What a warm appeal. Her appeal intensified in 2020 after the George Floyd killing. Quote, "Racism in America continues to be a deadly pandemic for which for more than 400 years now, our brothers and sisters in the United States of America have yearned for a cure." And they came. The number of visitors in 2019 from January to September leaped by 237,000, a 45% increase, according to the Ghana Tourism Authority. Most came from the United States, and today, roughly 3,000 American expatriates live in Ghana. In 2020, the Beyond the Return campaign was launched. Beyond the Return is not only aimed at promoting tourism, but also fostering economic relations, trade, and investments from the diaspora in Africa and the world at large. Bring your money home. Barbara Oteng Gayasi said the program was a boon to the economy and to the effort to boost Ghana's tourism industry. This second pillar of the Back to Africa appeal aimed squarely at potential immigrants. Quote, "Will see to the adoption of legal and policy frameworks on visa acquisitions and the institution of a diaspora visa. It will facilitate key diaspora pathway programs such as citizenship, educational and work exchanges, residence and work permits," end quote. I found an online article in the publication Popular Superstars that asked, is Ghana offering Black Americans land and money to avoid deadly racism? Is that true? None of the pillars in this framework beyond the return includes any reference to giving land or money for potential immigrants. Quote, "We feel that given the wealth that African Americans and Black Americans have, giving that spending power, travel budgets of Blacks in America," end quote, A. Agerman, CEO of Ghana Tourism Authority, told Black Enterprise, quote, "We felt that it's about time that we start that conversation that instead of moving to any other destination, come back to where you came from," end quote. Let me emphasize, given the money that we believe that you have, herein lies the myth that all Black Americans have money. This resurfaces over and over again when I read about Black American experiences in Africa. Africa representatives responded to the question of land and money this way. Let's be perfectly clear. Rabbi Kohan Halavi, director of Panifest, wrote, "The only issue involving land that he knows of is one tribal chief who has offered land for free, but requires a registration fee for potential participants." Rashid McCrory, founder of Africa Cross Culture, said, "It is inaccurate that a land and money offer is part of the program." Quote, "The belief that Black Americans will receive free money and free land is a false rumor. It seems that people mistook the Minister of Tourism's invite for Black Americans to come home and ran with it and started spreading false information." Yabina Yeboah, a prominent journalist in Ghana who has written about the year of the return, says historically lands belong to family, town, or kingdom heads, not the government. Ghana does not have enough money or land to dish out, he told USA Today. He added that references to offers of land and money is a misreading of the Ghana Right to Abode, which dates from 2000, that grants diasporans the right of citizenship. Quote, "I have seen some African Americans planning and buying pieces of land for a future community," he says, "but they are certainly not free lands." Godlet Uwaso Ansu, a master's student in international business, explains that beyond the return is a safe haven of a sort to entrepreneurial African diaspora while seeking to economically stimulate the Ghanaian economy. Stimulate the Ghanaian economy. In an article about Ghana offering African Americans the chance to move to Africa, a statement about Floyd's death, Ghanaian President Addo said, quote, "It cannot be right that in the 21st century, the United States of America, this great bastion of democracy, continues to grapple with the problem of systemic racism, end quote. He noted that last November, 126 African Americans and Afro Caribbeans became citizens in a ceremony held as part of the Year of Return. I say congratulations. I pray that you have found the peace and belonging that you deserve. I hope that you will not be double-minded, but will honor your commitments to your new homeland. However, some Ghanaian activists have criticized the government, saying police brutality is an issue in Ghana too. On June 6th, a Black Lives Matter demonstration in Accra was broken up by police and the organizers arrested. I fear that African countries are trading on a message that America does not belong to Black Americans, that they never wanted you. See how they treat you and your fears for your children? I fear that they do so to encourage the insecurities about full inclusion and prey on American descendants of slavery identity ambiguous. The extremely poor of every nation stay put. Only those who can pay to leave have resources that are welcome to host countries. Ghana and other come home nations cry bingo with an economic boom to their homeland economies. But what of Ghanaians in America? Next in the Come Home series, Ghanaians in America. How do you justify enticing weary Black Americans home when record number of Ghanaian citizens reside here and achieve American dreams? How else does Ghana benefit from America? This is Addi Banks. Subscribe and never miss a part of this series.